Picture this, the sun isn't even up yet, my coffee's still trying to remember it's even coffee, and I'm staring at a chart asking the same question every Cardano fan whispers at dawn. Is today the day ADA finally ripped to $1? But hold on, because the charts answer with a fresh splash of cremation candles. So yeah, I'm chasing Cardano ADA to $1, and here's the plot twist that keeps tripping me up. Now, this might shock you, but I'm definitely not a financial advisor, just a regular guy sharing what's rattling around in my brain. Nothing here is financial advice. Do your own research before diving in. Crypto is super risky, and you really could lose every dollar you toss at it. Any choices you make are 100% on you. I won't be liable for what happens after you click away. As they say, there are no guarantees when investing in cryptocurrency. So why am I still glued to Cardano ADA like it's the last slice of pizza at a party? Well, because a spot ETF rumor mill is screeching louder than my espresso grinding at 6 a.m. Polymarket bettors just pushed the odds of a Cardano spot ETF approval to record highs of over 71% the last time I checked. If approval shows up, it could open the floodgates to institutional investors the same way Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs did. Cue the marching band, right? Except plot twist number one, the SEC just pushed the decision on Grayscale's ADA trust, and 24 hours after the delay hit the headlines. ADA slides 8%, about 67 cents, and the trading volume shrinks 17%. I swear, this market mood flips faster than you can say regulation. Now I watch this unfold in real time. 1 minute, the Discord is filled with rocket emojis. The next, everyone's doom posting. By the way, if you want to trade crypto war stories or just learn without feeling judged, hop into the free educational Discord. Link is down in the description of the video. The coffee's viral, but the memes are exciting. Now, here's what got my heart rate spiking like I just run up 4 flights of stairs. Cardano ADA just logged its 110 millionth on-chain transaction. Now, that's a very big round number, and round numbers normally pump prices, yet we're still camped below 70 cents. FX leader analysts say the token is caught in a nasty descending channel. Resistance up at 0.694, support down at 64.5. They're suggesting short trade setups look tempting if you love playing with matches in a firework factory. Meanwhile, brave new coin news outlet is waving the bull flag like there's no tomorrow. They are comparing Cardano ADA's current structure to Bitcoin's early cycle grind and calling for Cardano ADA to sprint to $1. Big picture is what they're looking at, and they're stating Cardano just reclaimed a clean 1% slice of the total crypto market cap. Not only that, they are stating inflows from bigger funds are quietly ticking up. I picture a whale in a tailored suit glancing between Cardano ADA and the golf tee time, thinking, why not? Now, with that said, let's rewind. Remember 2021, Cardano ADA's exchange balances drained by a cool $1 billion, right before that legacy run to $3.10. Well, why is this important, I hear you ask? We just saw another $1 billion exchange exodus. History doesn't always repeat, but it loves karaoke. Still, Token Post news outlet reminds us that Cardano ADA has been on a 5-day skid, dipping under 66 cents at its worst. Now traders are starting to act like parents on a long car ride. Are we there yet? And even though Cardano's tech roadmap looks stacked, native stablecoins by the end of the year, cross-chain bridges heating up, price is only A headline non-crypto friend, we hear. View plot twist number 2. Each time I personally believe Cardano ADA is down for the count, some metric flashes green. Now I know what you're thinking, give me an example. Well, how about derivatives open interest? Because it just bumped 2% while spot volume climbed 8.5%. Transaction, speculators smell movement incoming. Whether that's a breakout to 73 cent or a face-planting 64-cent drop, this is all up in the air, but the pot is definitely bubbling. And here's where my personal journey turned into a late-night infomercial for sanity. Back in March, I pulled an all-nighter during a similar dip, convinced that we would springboard by sunrise. Instead, Cardano ADA slid another 12%, and I aged more than 3 years before breakfast. So when somebody online screams just leverage long, I hear my past self yawn, been there, done that, paid for the funding fees. Let's zoom out. Cardano ADA sits 10th by market cap right now, shifting seats with Tron after the recent dip. But unlike projects that live and die by raw hype, Cardano ADA's dev activity hums along with a coffee shop espresso machine, loud, consistent, easy to overlook until it powers your whole day. Smart contract deployment keeps climbing. Real-world pilots in supply chain and digital identity are quietly stacking up. Now, even most skeptical people agree with the fundamentals looking solid for Cardano ADA. It's the timing that seems to be a minefield. Brave new coin news outlet sketches targets for $1.30, $1.80, and even as high as $2.60, which sounds wild today as I say it out loud, but back in early 2021, we did exceed $3. So it doesn't sound too bonkers when you consider that. The difference between bonkers and reality is usually one catalyst nobody saw coming. For Bitcoin, it was the corporation of treasuries. For Ethereum, it was DeFi summer. For Cardano ADA, maybe it's the ETF stamp of approval, or the killer stablecoin integration, or maybe something ridiculous like Charles Hoskinson jamming with Taylor Swift on stage. Hey, stranger things have happened. You know, it's anyone's guess, really. So it's really important that we talk about risk, because ignoring the downside is like ignoring a cliff on your morning hike. You just don't ignore it. Crypto news straight up waving a red flag, even with the 110th millionth transaction milestone, stating that the price action stayed flat and technical signals suggest a possible crash on the horizon. FX leaders mark the 64.45 as a critical support. Breaking that could see the next stop as low as 61 cent 60. I treat these numbers with a pinch of salt, to be pretty honest with you. We all have opinions. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's guaranteed to happen, for example, because nothing is guaranteed in crypto. So where does that leave my personal chase? Here's the truth. I'm stacking small bites of Cardano ADA on all of the dips and pullbacks, aiming for a symbolic $1 price target. But I'm also hedging with a stop loss tighter than a jar of pickles. If I'm wrong, cool, I lose some beer money instead of rent money. If I'm right, I'm a smug friend buying the next round. Either way, I'm sleeping better than I did in 2021, because those were marathons. And yeah, I rant about Cardano ADA in almost every live stream and video, but the secret sauce isn't the token, it's definitely the community. That's why you'll catch me in the Discord after this video, talking about candles, sharing bad memes, and just generally hanging out. The invites are in the description of the video. Definitely worth immersing yourself in a fantastic crypto community. So let's look to wrap it up with some key takeaways. The ETF hype is real but fickle. Odds hit 71%. Then an SEC delay smacked price right in the face. On-chain milestones don't guarantee bull runs. 110th millionth transaction didn't save us from the chop. choppy pricing. Big money still peaked over the fence. billion-dollar exchange outflows are creeping. Institutional inflows hint somebody's quietly loading up. Technical levels matter. 69 for resistance, 64.5 support. Watch, them as a hawk is what we're being informed. Control your FOMO. Aiming at $1 is fun. Protecting capital is freedom. Very important. Obviously, make sure that you have good risk management. Nothing in this video is financial advice, so treat it purely as entertainment and educational purposes only. And if you enjoyed me, oversharing my coffee-fueled roller coaster of emotions, smash the subscribe button and like button, and share the videos. And better yet, queue up for the next video and keep binge watching everything that we cover in the videos, and join us in the free Discord.